Let me tell you the story of when I had to make $10,000 in under 90 days, or I was going to lose everything. And when I say I had to, I mean it, because my life literally depended on it. I was drowning in debt, bills were stacking up, I had to start paying my student loans, I was about to lose my house and become homeless. My mom was crying every single day because she didn't know what to do. And honestly, I didn't know what to do either. I was desperate. So I made a decision. I had to find a way to start making money online. Fast. I couldn't fail. I had to figure it out. Somehow, I had to make it happen. So in this video, I'm going to tell you exactly what I did to go from flat broke to making over $10,000 in just 90 days. If you are in a similar situation, you have bills to pay, you have pressure from every angle, and you don't know what to do, then you want to watch this video until the end because it might change your life forever. So let's get into it. If you're new here, my name's Alex. I've made over $400,000 with what I believe is the best business model in 2025, but I'm going to talk about this later in the video. Now, when I had to make 10K fast, I sat down and I asked myself a few questions. First, what do I need to change about myself in order to make 10K? And second, what is the best vehicle that I'm going to use to get to 10K as fast as possible? So I made a list of things to do. First, I had to fix my mindset. Then I had to come up with a plan of how I was actually going to make money. And then obviously I had to execute the plan. And that's exactly what you need to do. And I'm going to help you do that starting from your mindset. And the first thing I need to address is mindset. I know you're probably tired of people online talking about mindset and how you need to change your mindset if you want to become successful. But if everyone is talking about it, it's because it's important. There's a reason why everyone talks about it. I used to not believe in all the mindset stuff. I thought it was just a way, these gurus were using to try to sell me on something. But I didn't realize how important it was until I finally decided to work on it. And I realized all the limiting beliefs I had that were preventing me from becoming successful. And this is not your fault. You grew up in a world where everyone, your parents, your friends, your relatives, everyone you know, told you that the only way to become successful is to follow the traditional route. And everyone for your whole life told you that there's only one way to become successful in life. And that way is to go to college, to get good grades, to get a degree, and to find a 9 to 5 and to work that 9 to 5 for the rest of your life. You probably don't know anyone who became rich by being an entrepreneur. You probably don't know anyone who's rich in general. And when I grew up, honestly, I didn't know anyone who was rich. Everyone I knew worked a normal job and everyone was struggling to make ends meet. So when you grow up in this reality where no one around you is, makes a lot of money by being an entrepreneur and no one around you is rich, you obviously gonna have limiting beliefs. You obviously not going to believe 100% that it's possible to make money online and to become rich. You see people online becoming rich, by being entrepreneurs and, having online businesses, but you don't fully believe that it's actually possible. And, that's exactly what's preventing you from becoming successful. So I have to address your limiting beliefs. First of all, you need to start believing that it's actually possible to change your life and to make money online. You have to fully believe with every single fiber of your soul, of your body, that it's actually possible to make money online. And the reason is simple. The reason why you need to fully believe that it's possible to make money, online, and you need to remove the thought that it's not possible is because if you believe even just a small percentage, if you just believe even for like a 0.01 percentage that it's not possible, then you're going to give up when things get hard. And trust me, things are going to get hard. Usually, things become extremely hard right before the moment they become extremely good. The only difference is what you decide to do in that moment when things are extremely hard. If you decide to keep going or if you decide to give up. If you look at every single success story, the moment before everything started working, the business blew up, they started making a lot of money, they started having success, and everything started going well. The moment before that is usually the hardest moment for everyone. And that's the moment where, everything seems hard, everything seems impossible, it seems like you're never gonna make it, and you wake up every day with the feeling of wanting to give up. Your brain is telling you that it's not possible. You need to do something else. You're never gonna make it, and you have these thoughts every single day. And this is the moment right before everything starts working. And yet, this is the moment where 99% of people give up. But the people who make it through this period of time are the people who become extremely successful. So, what you need to do is to stop thinking, what if I fail? Because when you think that, you're already giving yourself a chance to fail. You are already finding excuses. In your mind, you are already thinking, well, I'm gonna try. If it works, that's good. But if it doesn't, at least I've tried. This is exactly how you set yourself up for failure. So stop thinking, what if I fail? And start thinking, it's impossible to fail. You need to keep repeating this to yourself. It's impossible to fail. Every time you have doubt, you need to keep repeating this to yourself. It's impossible to fail. Every time you have doubt, every time you start having those thoughts, repeat to yourself, it's impossible to fail. And when you repeat that in your mind, you actually start getting excited. Can you feel the excitement when you say it's impossible to fail? I cannot possibly fail. The only way you can fail is if you give yourself the option to fail. So don't give yourself the option to fail. If you don't have that option, you're not gonna fail. Stop coming up with excuses. Stop thinking, I'm not smart enough. I'm too young. Stop thinking, I've tried other business models, but I failed before. What if it doesn't work? What if I put in all this work and I fail? Stop thinking all this. You need to stop thinking. You need to just do. You need to take action. It's impossible to fail. Switch your mindset from what if I fail to it's impossible to fail. When you make that switch, your brain is going to do whatever it takes to get you to your goal. It's going to find every solution. It's going to start finding solution to help you get to your goal. Now that you've fixed your mindset, it's time to come up with a plan. Because in order to make 10K in less than 90 days, you're going to need a plan. You're going to have to know exactly what it is that you're going to do every single day. And first, you need to pick a business model. And not just any business model. You need to pick the right business model. We are in 2025 and there are millions of business models that you could potentially start. And to be honest, every business model could potentially make you rich, but not every one of them is the same. Some are better than others. So I'm going to tell you the business model that allowed me to make over 400K in less than 12 months and over 10K in just 90 days. And the business model that I do is called AI infoscaling. It's basically growth operating, but with AI systems. So it's growth operating on steroids, basically. And I came up with this term. I came up with the term AI infoscaling. So today is June 18th, 2025. And if you see anyone else use the term AI infoscaling, just know that they took it from me. So it's no secret that in 2025, the people who are making the most money are the people who are selling some kind of info product. So the smartest thing you could do is to start selling a course yourself. But in order to do that, you need to build an audience, you need to have some skills, you need to have some achievements, and you probably have none of those. If you don't have any of that, you don't have to worry because there's a way you can take advantage of this info product gold rush and make a lot of money without having to show your face on camera and without having to be an expert in any particular field. So let me explain what AI infoscaling is. It's the same thing as growth operating, but on steroids, as I said. We use the power of AI to let it do 80% of the work for us. Now, I'm not going to tell you that you don't have to learn skills and you are just going to sit and relax and you're going to become rich. That's not what I'm saying. But in 2025, there are some powerful AI tools that are going to allow you to work much faster and to make much more money without having to do a lot of work. So if a few years ago you had to have a good knowledge of copywriting, VSLs, email sequences, funnel building, and you had to understand marketing, now you can use AI to do this for you. But you have to remember that AI is just a tool and you still have to direct it. It's not perfect. That's why I say it can do 80% of the work for you. But you still have to understand how marketing works and you still have to learn some skills. No, but you can do this much faster and you can speed up the process of getting your first client and start making money thanks to AI. So you can pick any business model you like, but I think this is the best and most beginner-friendly business model that you can find online in 2025. It doesn't require you to have money up front. It doesn't require you to have crazy skills. You don't need to show your face on camera and you don't need to be an expert in anything. All you have to do is go online, find creators who are selling some kind of info products and already have a big audience and help them launch and scale an offer. So You look for coaches and consultants and you help them launch and scale an offer. And that could be a high ticket coaching offer or it could be a low ticket community. All you have to do is build sales assets using AI. So you build the landing pages, you build the email sequences, you script the VSLs, and you automate all the sales processes with AI. The beauty of this business model is that you're not a simple freelancer, but you become an actual business partner to these creators. You get paid a percentage of the revenue. If you're a beginner, you can price your offer by not having a setup fee and just taking a percentage of the revenue. So everyone is incentivized to work together because the creator is incentivized to work with you because they don't have to risk money up front. And you are going to be incentivized to work hard and deliver good results because your paycheck depends on it. The better job you do, the more money you make. And this is gonna make it much easier and faster for you to start getting clients. Obviously, as I said before, you can choose whatever business model you like, but this is the business model that I chose, and I think this is the best business model in 2025. Yes, you might have to do a little bit more work up front, but once everything is set up, you pretty much don't have to do anything and you keep making money. So this is what I'm currently doing and it makes me over 100K a month. And the maximum amount of hours I work is like 6 hours on a busy day, and on a normal day is like 3 to 4 hours. This is the business model that I started when I needed to make 10K as fast as possible. It actually allowed me to make well over 10K in 90 days. I think I made around 80 to 90K in the first 90 days of me starting this business model. But my results are not typical. I'm not saying that you're going to make 100K in 90 days, but it's very possible that you make 10K in the next 3 months if you do everything correctly. Another thing I did when I needed to make money as fast as possible is that I got a mentor because I knew that it was going to be much harder for me to get that result without someone else guiding me. I tried and failed different business models before, and I didn't want to get a mentor because I believed that I could do it myself. But I came to the conclusion that it was not possible. I needed someone to help me. So I invested in a mentorship, and that changed my life. I was not the person who was able to make 10K. I needed someone else to help me become that person, someone who had already done it. And there is nothing wrong with admitting that you need help. It's okay to need help, and I needed help. So if you want to speed up the process of getting your first client in the next 90 days, guaranteed, or I'll give you all your money back. Yes, this is how much I believe in what I do. I'll give you all your money back if you don't get your first client in the next 90 days. You can check the link in the description. It's my community. And I'm going to teach you everything you need to know. Now, let's move on. The only thing that's preventing you from making 10K is signing your first client. Because when you're doing AI info scaling, you only need 1 or 2 clients to potentially make 10, 20, 30K a month. To get clients, you have to start doing outreach. And when it comes to outreach, people say that's a numbers game. You have to focus on sending as many messages as you possibly can. But I believe that you will need to focus on quality over quantity. That's why you need to spend more time personalizing the messages and more time trying to find the right creators to work with. It's not about getting as many creators. It's not about signing a lot of clients. It's about getting one good creator, because one is all you need. One creator could change your life. Now, I'm working on a full outreach course completely for free that's coming out on my YouTube channel. So if you're interested, you can subscribe so you can stay updated. But all you need to know when it comes to outreach is that you need to give as much value as possible. You have to make sure that the creator understands that you did your research and you actually care about their business and that you actually know what you're talking about. So they're going to be far more likely to reply and give you a chance to work with them. The problem is that people are lazy. They don't want to personalize the messages. They want to send the same template to every creator, and that's why they keep failing. And they say that cold outreach is dead. It doesn't work. It's saturated, but it's not that it doesn't work. It's that they're doing the same thing over and over. They're just copying and pasting the same message and sending it to every creator. And that's why it doesn't work. You need to stop trying to take. Everyone is trying to take. These people are sending messages always trying to take something. But you need to start giving. You need to start giving stuff for free. You need to start giving value for free. And it's not about you. It's about them. It's about the creator. It's about their business. It's not about you. If you keep these things in mind when you're doing outreach, I promise you're going to see great results. When I was doing outreach, I was writing emails for free. I was writing VSL scripts for free. I was writing landing pages for free. And I would just send them to these creators completely for free. And they would be impressed because they could see that I spent time doing the research and I was giving them so much value up front without asking for anything in return. And that's why they wanted to work with me. And you need to do the same thing. It's about giving and not about taking. And when you focus on giving, you are going to get rewarded. So start doing the outreach and focus on getting that first creator because that will change your life. It doesn't matter if you send 10, 20, 30, 40, or 50 messages a day. You just need to be consistent and you need to keep doing it every day. That's the most important thing. And you need to remember what I said in the beginning. The moment when it feels that everything is not working, that you're just wasting your time and you want to give up the most, that's the moment right before you see the most success. So don't give up and keep going because it's impossible to fail if you never stop. So that's it for this video and I'll see you in the next one.